Well, there seems to be a problem in the horizon with Pedro Pascal. Now, everybody is starting to hate Pedro Pascal. And how does that affect us? Well, let's talk about it. How do the actions of Pedro Pascal affect all of us? Well, for example, I don't know if you know this, but I do like the Mandalorian TV series a lot. I really enjoy it's probably my favorite Star Wars genre. Right now, The Mandalorian is the best for me. That's my opinion. Now, Pedro Pascal is the actor that plays the Mandalorian. So, you see, me coming from a different era, I have a skill that I don't think this generation has. And that's called separating the artist from the work. I love The Mandalorian. I love the series, and I'm gonna like it for a very long time. I don't care about Pascal. I don't care that he was the actor. It could have been any actor, bro. And I think I just don't relate the actor to the character. The character is a fictional character in a fictional world. Pedro Pascal is a real person in the real world. I don't care about his belief in politics or his religion or anything. I separate the two like they're not a part of each other. And that's something nowadays that people do not know how to do. Like they just, if somebody does something bad, we immediately must hate absolutely everything they have done in forever. Even if it was 10 years ago or more, they're just gonna cancel absolutely everything, even if it was amazing work. And that's insane to me. To me personally, like, bro, just because Pedro Pascal is a terrible person does not make the TV show a terrible TV show. We gotta admit, it's a good show. We gotta admit, it's a good story. But this is how the generation now is broken. They do not know how to separate one thing from the other. Now, let's give an example right here. Around 4 years ago, I believe, it was discovered that Scott Coffin is a big Trump supporter. Not like he directly donated money to the Trump campaign, and then he stated that he's not gonna apologize for his beliefs because that's just how it is. And a lot of people didn't agree with that, and a lot of people hate that fact. But now, if we do not know how to separate the artist from the work, we would have to hate FNAF. If you don't like what he believes in, his religion, or his ideas, you have to hate FNAF. Now, if you know you separate the artist from the work, just because I love FNAF and everything FNAF does not mean I agree with the creator. Does not mean I agree with his decisions or anything bad he's done or anything. You just gotta admit that the FNAF series is a good series, regardless of the creator. Now let me give you another example. All of us are Roblox players, and some of us are Roblox developers. So there's two levels right there, right? Now, just because we like or we work in Roblox does not mean we support the decisions of the Roblox CEOs and investors. They want to do something crazy with Roblox. Everybody knows about this. They want to turn it into dating, and they have these ideas that, they want to take Roblox away from kids and make it for adults. Nobody agrees with that. Nobody likes that. But just because we love Roblox or we work at Roblox does not mean we stand by those statements. Does not mean that we support that. You understand? Always separate the creator, separate the artist, separate the person from the work. The work could be a masterpiece, but Are we not gonna appreciate how good it is because the person who did the work, it's such a terrible person? Yeah, I know how to separate the artist from the art. Now we have to admit that there's a lot of gaming companies, a lot of movie studios, and a lot of music artists that are doing terrible things. And they're probably terrible people. Like right here we have Blizzard, right? Blizzard is World of Warcraft, Overwatch, Diablo, so many series that are beloved by so many people, and that does not mean that the people that play these games are as bad as the creators. Whether it's your favorite musician or your favorite movie, just because the person who created the song is a terrible person does not mean that it's not a great song. We have to admit that there's some amazing pieces of work, whether it's music, movies, or video games, some amazing stuff out there that were made by terrible, terrible people. That's just a fact. But we have to admit that they're amazing and people love it because of how amazing it is, not because they care about the person who made it. Now, me personally, I love cyberpunk. I love the genre of cyberpunk all the way from the 90s, where I used to watch Van Damme in the movie Cyborg. I used to watch RoboCop, and my favorite of all, Judge Dredd. I love this fantasy world where technology infuses with man and we level up to the next level of humanity. It's a dystopian world where everything is controlled by corporations and technology is king over all. And I grew up loving this my whole life. My whole life I grew up loving this idea, this dystopia, this fantasy world. Just like some people are really into Harry Potter, or some people really like Lord of the Rings, and a lot of my friends love FNAF. You grow up loving it, and there's nothing that will probably change that love you have for what you grew up with. You got nostalgia and you love it. I started playing cyberpunk games all the way from the Sega Genesis with a game called Shadowrun. I have plenty of videos in my channel just talking about how much I love the cyberpunk genre in all its forms. Now, unfortunately, that love for cyberpunk world, that love for technology that I have in this fantasy world is entangled with the you never should talk about it, AI. Unfortunately, every time that word comes out of my mouth, a group of people want to cancel me immediately. But I grew up with this fantasy. It's so hard for me now. I lived as a kid and the phones were giant and you could only hear a person's voice through it. Now you could video chat with people through phones. I was here since the beginning and all the way till now, seeing how technology is advancing more and more. And it's so amazing to me that the world I fantasized about, the cyberpunk world, gets closer and closer. Now, obviously, there's horrible things in cyberpunk. It doesn't mean I agree with that. Like, I don't want the world to be ruled by corporation, even though it really seems like it's going that way. But what I want to say is my love for this fantasy world is what drives me to like robotics, AI, and all types of human merging with machine and computer. This is where that comes from. From me growing up, just like any FNAF fan or Star Wars fan or anything, you grow up with this idea in your head and you are kind of excited when you see it coming into fruition, if that's how you say the word. But the thing is, yeah, I do agree. There's a lot of bad things that entail that. Like my grandma lost her job because she was a phone operator, and she lost that job to technology. And my wife was a cashier and lost that job due to self checkout systems where you could just self checkout. So yeah, like this is just how the world is, unfortunately. Now I do not apologize for liking cyberpunk world and these fantasy ideas in my head, because that's just how I am since I was a child, all the way to this day. Seeing this world become more and more. I'm a big supporter of new technologies, especially for medicine, especially for helping people heal, helping people walk, helping people see. I really love technology in the medical field. I think that's where most should be directed in. So let me break down this moment for you. Listen, when people make a choice in their head that they don't like someone, they'll make up any excuse, twist your words in whatever way they need to, because when they don't like somebody, they'll figure out some imaginary way to turn them into the villain. Okay, guys, like right here, Max Dodge just growling and saying, like at least trying to insult me by saying AI user, which that's not an insult. I'm sure everybody uses GPS or some kind of AI nowadays. Guys, this is just very petty, okay? You don't need to take it serious, but I did notice that a lot of you started saying, I quit, I'm leaving, I'm not coming back to this game. Guys, just because this is happening to me, this is a good reason why I'm not gonna play RTA for a while. This is why I'm taking a break from RTA, and who knows, it's out of my hands to fix this. Somebody else has to fix this. But for me, just because I'm going through whatever, it's okay, guys. I'm not insulted. I'm not gonna change the way I am or the things I like. There's terrible people everywhere, and we can't let these people control us and the things we like, okay? You should be free to like what you like. Don't let other people's experience, other people's opinion or beliefs affect you and the things you like. You be you, because you're free to like and do as you wish. Like, just because something bad happened now, am I just gonna forget all the amazing moments we had? Am I just gonna throw everything away? No, I'm not. I'm gonna remember, and I'm gonna smile, and I'm gonna say thank you, because it was all amazing. But that's just the way I see things. And you don't have to agree with me, guys. You don't have to agree with me. That's just me, as usual, trying to teach a new lesson. Separate the artist from the work. Because when things are well done, they deserve to be liked. And it's okay if you like something, even if it's made by somebody who did whatever they did. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being awesome. And I will see you in the next one. Peace out, guys.
Baby, I'm almost there. Flying, but I don't care. You and I, we don't die. We survive.